Imagine this. Millions of people stop watching a soccer game, walk into their kitchen, and turn on their kettles at the exact same moment. Well, that's exactly what happened in the UK during an England versus Germany Euro Cup match. And in just a few minutes, the country's electricity demand spiked by 1 gigawatt. Now, that's roughly the power output of an entire nuclear reactor. Now, imagine something even crazier. What if the AI data centers everyone blames for energy shortages could actually stabilize the grid instead? Because according to NVIDIA and several power companies, that's exactly what they just proved. Right now, the world is building massive AI factories. These are the giant data centers running ChatGPT, AI video generation, robotics training, and autonomous vehicles, and they require unbelievable amounts of electricity. Some projections suggest AI could consume as much power as entire countries, which is why governments and utilities are worried, right? So they require building the grid around predictable demand. But AI data centers are opposite of that. They're enormous, they're constant, and they're growing incredibly fast. So in many places, utilities are telling companies, sure, you can build the data center, but you might have to wait years for grid upgrades. And that's just reality, right? That's a huge problem for the AI industry. But NVIDIA may have just found a clever workaround. Researchers from Emerald AI, NVIDIA, National Grid, and EPRI tested something called a power flexible AI factory. Now, the idea is surprisingly simple. Instead of drawing the same amount of electricity all the time, an AI data center could dynamically change its power usage depending on what the grid needs. When electricity demands spike, the AI factory temporarily reduces its power consumption. When the grid stabilizes, it ramps right back up. So think of it like a shock absorber for the power grid. And the craziest part, they actually tested it. So the experiment took place at a new AI factory in London run by Nebius. Inside the facility, a cluster of 96 NVIDIA Blackwell Ultra GPUs connected with NVIDIA's ultra-fast quantum InfiniBand network. Researchers then simulated real grid emergencies, including lightning strikes, low wind power, and even the famous TV pickup event. That's the kettle surge during the soccer match. When the simulated demand spike hit, the AI factory did something incredible. It reduced its power consumption by 30% in under 40 seconds. But here's the key detail. The most important AI workloads never slowed down. Instead, lower priority tasks were temporarily paused. So the system still delivered full performance where it mattered most. So during the experiment, the system followed over 200 grid power targets perfectly. It handled 22 real-time grid events without failure, which means something pretty profound. AI data centers could become active participants in stabilizing power grids. So instead of being the problem, they could actually be part of the solution. Now, this could allow utilities to connect AI factories much faster, avoid massive infrastructure upgrades, and reduce the need to build extra power plants just for peak demand, which ultimately helps keep electricity prices lower for everyone. So there's another huge implication here. Right now, the biggest bottleneck for AI expansion is energy infrastructure. But if data centers can dynamically adjust their power use, then governments might approve far more AI facilities much faster. And that means more AI innovation, more economic growth, and potentially a massive acceleration of the AI revolution. The next big deployment is already planned. A new Aurora AI factory in Virginia is scheduled to open this year. It'll be one of the first real-world implementations of this technology. So the next time someone says AI is going to break the power grid, they might be missing the bigger picture, because the same technology causing the energy problem might also be the thing that solves it. And if that happens, AI factories won't just run the future, they might help power it too. All right, if you enjoyed this breakdown of the future of AI infrastructure, subscribe to Daily News for more videos on AI, economics, and the technology shaping the next decade, because the next wave of change is already happening. Thanks for joining.